Yes, so devotees, on this most extremely auspicious occasion of Sri Radhashtami, the appearance day of Srimati Radharani, we're having an initiation ceremony, which is also very auspicious any time. Just one thing I need to clarify for myself is, what about the devotees from Mauritius?
The two of them are on Zoom, right?
Are they?
Yeah, well, they meant to be. Our Zoom session's on.
We are here, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, that's Mauritius, beaming in.
You have Purnima Mataji from Mauritius.
Let me just see if I can see you.
Okay.
Just a sec. I can see me. Which one are you? Oops. No, we can't have two microphones on at once. That's two microphones. Oi. So are you? Gosh, Purnima, where's Purnima?
Yeah, change it.
1408, is that you? What's your name there? Oh no, we got lots of them.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes, Hare Krishna to you too.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare
Pranam Guru Maharaj.
Dandavat Pranam.
Bhai Sanjay.
What name? Qu'est-ce que c'est le nom?
Purnima.
Purnima. Purnima. No, Mokone est votre nom. No, 1408. That's you. Oi. Okay, well, let's put it on gallery. Okay. Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. Bon, okay, merci beaucoup. Bon matin.
So we're looking for Atish.
And we're looking for Atish.
Jaidut Hansat.
Anyway, I tell you what, someone's got to figure it out. We can turn down the volume. Oh, it's not that.
Yeah, I'm going to phone him.
Fermez votre microphone. S'il vous plaît. Maintenant. Oui, merci beaucoup. Okay, devotees, excuse me. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Mati Radharani ki jai. Yes. So we are having our initiation ceremony today on this most auspicious occasion of the appearance day of Srimati Radharani, who is the original guru. So that's, extra significance. It's always significant to have an initiation ceremony. And we often, we do these things on auspicious days, appearance days, or like that. But today, being the appearance day of Srimati Radharani, then it's especially auspicious because she's the original guru. She and Lord Balaram, Lord Nityananda, they're considered the original guru. And the reason is that, let's just talk about Srimati Radharani. She is part of Krishna. She is Krishna's Hladini Shakti, the pleasure potency, the main part of the internal potency. Internal potency means Satchit Ananda, eternity, knowledge, and bliss. But the actual Shaktis, the potencies of those states, the Sandhini is the Shakti of eternity, Samvit is the Shakti of knowledge or consciousness, and Hladini is the Shakti of bliss, Ananda, and that is Srimati Radharani. But the other two, eternity or existence, sometimes it's expressed as existence, the eternity and knowledge or consciousness, they're all there really just to serve the ecstasy of the relationship of Srimati Radharani and Lord Krishna, and even ourselves, when where by Srimati Radharani's mercy and Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we're also able to go back to Godhead. We'll have our relationship, whatever it may be, with Lord Krishna, but it will be connected with Srimati Radharani. It won't be like we have an independent relationship with Krishna, just me and Krishna, not like that. But all these things are going on under Srimati Radharani, because she is Bhakti Devi, the presiding deity of devotional service. And when anyone tries to do any type of devotional service, it all comes under her purview. It's all under her supervision. At the very least, she observes, but she never just observes. She's always involved in anyone's, out of the countless billions, trillions, quadrillions, quintillions, and zillions of living entities, all the devotional services going on under Srimati Radharani, directly or indirectly. And yes, she's the original guru because she's part of Krishna. What does guru mean? Guru means someone who knows Krishna, who understands Krishna, and who can give you Krishna based on their knowledge and understanding of Krishna. And who knows Krishna better than Srimati Radharani? Srimati Radharani knows Krishna better than Krishna knows Krishna. Yes, she's just such an incredible person, beyond our comprehension, way beyond. But because she's part of Krishna, she's his Hladini Shakti, which is the main potency around which everything to do with Krishna revolves. Therefore she knows Krishna the best. She knows Krishna the best because she is part of Krishna. Yes, she is part of Krishna. So naturally she knows Krishna. So Srimati Radharani is very amazing and wonderful transcendental personality. And she, presiding deity as we said, and fully aware of any attempt at devotional service, but in a very kind and merciful way. She's very encouraging for devotees. She doesn't like to see even someone who's making just their first little confused attempt at rendering something to do with devotional service. Srimati Radharani is so kind and encouraging. She's not the type of person who, if you're a new devotee and you say, today I did one round, she's not the type of devotee who'll say, oh, why only one round? She'll say, very good, you did one round. She's encouraging. Yeah. She's very encouraging of the devotees, and therefore we actually mentioned last night, or we referred to Srila Prabhupada saying that Srimati Radharani, when she sees even some just rank neophyte doing something, some service of some sort, then she appreciates that, oh, look, this nice devotee is doing something for my beloved Krishna. How wonderful. And as Prabhupada said, she goes to Krishna, and in a quite a firm way, she says, Krishna, Krishna, and Krishna immediately, she always has his attention fully. Krishna, down there in the material world, in South Africa. You heard of South Africa, Krishna? Yes, I've heard of South Africa. There, down there in South Africa, there's one very nice devotee. And Krishna asks, which part of South Africa? Because Krishna knows South Africa. So anyway, actually it's true. It may sound like I'm just being light-hearted, but I'm not at all. It's actually totally, that's just the way it is. And she says, yes, such and such devotee, giving the name, is very nice, doing very nice service for you, and I want you to accept that devotee. And immediately Krishna says, yes, yes. And he does. He accepts you immediately. On the word of Srimati Radharani. So therefore you can say, it's said in regard to like nepotism, if you're familiar with that term. Nepotism means you can get a good job if one of your friends is working there and knows the boss and can put in a good word for you. Or like in some African, just some countries, that you see who's the president is such and such, who's the vice president, oh, it's his son. And who's the minister of finance? Oh, it's his wife. This is nepotism. That it's not so much what you know, but it's who you know. So in Krishna consciousness, this principle of you must know the right people, it's extremely important. You've got to know the right people who know Krishna. And so we have to know Srimati Radharani, and we have to know those who know Radharani and who are known by Radharani, like her representatives and Krishna's representatives. And in that way we can become connected. Just like in general, when we perform our devotional service, then we offer our service, we offer our food, we offer our service, everything is offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of course, but it's always offered through the disciplic succession, through the immediate connection to the next one, to the next one, to the next, and then finally it is offered to Lord Krishna himself. So our attempts at devotional service, because even the best of us, we've still got a ways to go, even though we try our best, but it takes time. It takes time to get out of the entanglement of material existence which we've all come from, and to really become situated solidly in Krishna consciousness. So our generally not perfect attempts to offer some service of any sort to Krishna, there's some sort of something else, at least a little bit mixed in. It's not surprising. So, but then it's passed on to the parampara, who are representatives of the original guru, Srimati Radharani. Shri Radha Radhanath Shri Giri Govardhan Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. So, taking that mood from Srimati Radharani of kindness, being helpful, being merciful. So the spiritual master takes whatever you're offering, be it the service you perform, be it your chanting, be it some food you're offering, whatever. It's all Krishna consciousness. It's just a process of offering. So, but they take it, the spiritual master and the spiritual master of the spiritual master, etc., all the offerings are taken by the immediate spiritual master and handed on. And as those offerings are handed on, they become purified, because those persons, they are pure. They can purify impurity. They can purify impure offerings. And therefore, what Krishna receives in the end, your offering, is pure. It's completely pure. By the mercy of the disciplic succession. And the good news is, you get the benefit. You get all the benefit. For that, what started off as, at least in many cases, an attempt at service, but there were some shortcomings connected to it. So that's the glory of disciplic succession. That's the extreme benefit of being connected to the disciplic succession. And ultimately, that's the mercy of Srimati Radharani. The mercy of Srimati Radharani as Bhakti Devi, the presiding deity of devotional service. Yes. So, of course, on this day we're particularly mindful of Srimati Radharani, but actually we should be mindful every day. We should be mindful. We're chanting 16 rounds a day or more. Hopefully you're chanting more. It's really a good idea to do more. And when we chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The Hare is Srimati Radharani. Yes, she's so actively involved in our lives. For a couple of hours or more, every day we're chanting Hare Krishna. It means we're not just chanting the name. Hare is a name. It's the vocative form where you're addressing. Vocative means we're addressing. Just like we say, Jai Radhe means we're addressing, it's vocative. Whereas the nominative, the basic form, subjective form is Radha. But Radhe, when you're saying, oh Radharani, oh Radhe. So Hare means you're addressing, you're appealing to Srimati Radharani. And it's just like saying, it's just like saying, Radhe Krishna, but it's better. Hare is better in a sense, in a certain sense, in the sense that it's an appeal. You'll see when Srila Prabhupada on numerous occasions he translates the Hare Krishna mantra, then he translates Hare in the sense of an appeal that, dear Radharani, dear Lord Krishna, please engage me in your service. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So that Hare is in the sense, it's Radharani, but in the sense of an appeal, as we said, that please engage me in your service and in the service of Krishna. Please engage me like that. Whereas if we say Radhe Krishna, we're saying, oh Radharani, which is just totally glorious. But Hare is even more totally glorious, because it's that type of appeal for mercy. Again and again, every day, day in, day out, year in, year out, we're appealing to Srimati Radharani that you please engage me in service, and please, Krishna, you engage me in your service, but particularly Radharani, please engage me in service, because you're the presiding deity of it, of service. So Radharani is very actively involved in our lives. We may, when we chant our 16 rounds, or as we said, hopefully more, we may have this idea that it's a sort of like a routine, or it's a sadhana. It's just it's a practice, something spiritually beneficial. But we should remember that Krishna consciousness is never impersonal. Krishna consciousness is never anything other than completely personal. It's always personal. There's really no impersonalism at all in Krishna consciousness. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna, we're not just doing it because we if we're initiated, we took a vow to, or we just do it every day because that's just what we do. As you get as you spend more years in Krishna consciousness, things tend to become more second nature. Yes. So you just do it because you do it. But actually, when we chant and when we do everything, Radharani's involved, and very specifically involved by name in our chanting. So therefore, as Srila Prabhupada was saying, we should have that mood today. You can really make a special effort to cultivate it today. But every day we should try to have that mood and work on it of taking shelter of Radharani, appealing to Radharani, praying to Radharani, begging Srimati Radharani for some mercy in the different aspects of our lives in Krishna consciousness. And because she's so merciful, she will take note. Like we say sometimes about Krishna, we can say about Radharani. Radharani has, like Krishna has, a little black notebook. Maybe it's a little golden notebook in her case, but she's got a little notebook and she's watching. Look at these devotees here, they're receiving initiation. Are they going to really serve my beloved Krishna in the right ways? She's watching and thinking and hearing your internal thoughts and everything. Yes, Srimati Radharani. So we must admit her into our lives, but really in conscious ways, not just automatic pilot, but in conscious ways. We must admit Radharani into our lives and beg her and appeal to her every day. And because she's so kind, she'll definitely give mercy. There's just no doubt. So please, or particularly all of you devotees who are being initiated today on this very important occasion, please bear this in mind as a regular daily function. As we've mentioned on a number of occasions, Bhakti Charu Maharaj told us that Srila Prabhupada told him that Krishna consciousness, what is Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness is the development of a personal relationship with Krishna, disguised as a process. It's disguised as a process. You must do this and you must not do that. And you must follow the rules and the regulations. And you should get up at a certain time, etc., etc. It looks so much like a process, and even Prabhupada referred to it as a process sometimes. But he was doing that basically just in a manner of speaking. But actually, what it is, it's the development of a personal relationship with Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And the relationship with Lord Krishna is developed by the mercy of Srimati Radharani and her team, her assistants. Yes, so So there you go, devotees. These are some thoughts on the occasion and the connection between the occasion and, of Radhashtami and the initiation ceremony occasion. So, of course, we know very well when Srila Prabhupada gave first initiation, well, I can say, we have a number of devotees sitting here some of whom are disciples actually of Kadamba Kanana Maharaj, and some are devotees who got initiated on the internet by Zoom sometime in the COVID time, but they didn't have a fire sacrifice, which you need to do. You need to do. It's part of the process. Yeah, it's part of the process that there's a fire sacrifice. It makes everything formalized and complete. So, therefore, we've got, actually I don't even know how many, but some number of devotees. Oh, from Indradyumna Maharaj too. Yeah? Right. Huh?
There's one from Indradyumna Maharaj.
I see.
And some Kadamba Kanana Maharaj disciples. So I think there's about 7 in total.
Okay. Anyway, otherwise we have 9 who are receiving first initiation today, but it includes 2 from Mauritius. Yes. So there's 7 from South Africa who are sitting here, who are receiving first initiation. And how many is it? 7. Okay, there's 7 who are receiving second initiation today. So yes, right, we were saying that when Srila Prabhupada gave first initiation, he would generally or always, or almost always at the least, he would talk about chanting and chanting properly, chanting without offenses. And he would oftentimes or generally talk about the 10 offenses. So let's just do it briefly today. In fact, you know what I'm going to do, devotees? I am going to ask you to tell me the 10 offenses. How's that? You're becoming a Brahmin today. Tell us, what's the first offense?
To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy names of the Lord.
Thank you. What's the second offense?
To consider the names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to, independent of the names of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna.
Thank you. Yes.
To disobey the orders of the spiritual master.
Right. Very good. Fourth offense.
To blaspheme the Vedic literature or any literature in pursuance of the Vedic virgin.
Thank you. Well done.
To consider.
I think it's just
Right,
on.
sure.
Yeah, it's on. Just do it.
To consider chanting of Hare Krishna to be imagination.
Or the glories of chanting. Right. Okay. Next. That was number 5. Number 6. Here's an exercise for you. By the end of the day, you must know the 10 offenses just completely inside and out. Is that okay? Let him do. To give some, no. To give some
interpretation of the holy name.
In the microphone.
Okay, to give some interpretation of the holy name of the Lord.
Okay, that's it. You did it. But we will test you. All right. Huh?
2 days.
Hare Krishna. Okay, yes, number 7.
To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord.
Thank you. Very good. And, well, let's just give it to one of the ladies, yeah. The 8th offense? Or do I have to test you also? The 8th offense? To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna to be one of the auspicious ritualist activities. Often the Vedas is fruit of activities, karma kanya. Very good. Basically, yes. Thank you. Oh, she's such a senior devotee. Where are we? We're at the 10th offense. Listen, you Brahmins, come on. Okay. By the mercy of your iPhone, was it? So, and plus, it's also an offense to be inattentive while chanting, but this is not a joke, you know. When Srila Prabhupada gave classes, when he gave initiation, of course, I haven't heard all the classes he gave when he gave initiation, but we're told, I know, I've heard many and read many, and we hear that he always emphasized avoiding the 10 offenses. It's such an important part. It's not exactly that it's just the essence of initiation, but it's an important part of the essence of initiation. Because in first initiation, you receive the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and chanting Hare Krishna is the Yuga Dharma. It's the main religious activity in Kali Yuga. And it's the only activity which can deliver us ultimately by the mercy of the spiritual master and Srimati Radharani. So you may have been put on the spot and your mind may have gone a little blank. I know these things can happen, but you should know, if you know or don't know, the 10 offenses. And if you don't know them just like that, then please get to know them just like that. And I will test you. Trust me. Yeah. I hope I can be trusted. I think so. Yes, okay. So those 10 offenses are there. And advancement in chanting particularly means that we chant without offenses, or as much as possible, or another way to put it, that we just make every effort to keep ourselves attentive, despite what our minds are sometimes. Because I know Srila Prabhupada, one devotee came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Srila Prabhupada, my mind, it's just like a wild animal sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it just wants to just go in all sorts of places. And I have great trouble with my mind. And Srila Prabhupada said, yes, I know, I have a mind also. Anyway, don't think that Srila Prabhupada was, just struggling with his mind like us, but definitely Prabhupada acknowledged that the mind is pretty formidable, but we got to keep making the effort to be, in essence, to be attentive. Because the more attentive you are, the more you'll be avoiding the 10 offenses, and therefore the more you'll be progressing in Krishna consciousness. Yes, so that's a very important part of the first initiation. And then also the point, which we mentioned already, about the connection with disciplic succession. Anyone who's trying to practice Krishna consciousness, even if you're not initiated, you are connected with the disciplic succession via Srila Prabhupada. We cannot say that you are there's just no connection, you are just in the material world. No, you have a connection, but there are degrees of connection. And a very important part of this idea of there being degrees of connection is that when you are, prior to your being initiated, then you're chanting your 16 rounds, following the regulative principles. And that's just wonderful. And you're accepting, or you're meant to be accepting Srila Prabhupada as your guru at that point, worshipping him as such. But then when first initiation comes, then, some devotees have had the idea in the past that that now Prabhupada's place in my life, the part he's playing in my life, now it's not so important, I don't need to focus on him so much, because now I've got my spiritual master who initiated me. And therefore, he should be the most prominent jiva, at least, in my life. But the thing is, when you become first initiated, then you're not meant to now reduce your focus on Prabhupada, but now you are just meant to add. You're just adding to the existing situation. You're adding, you're initiating spiritual master who can help you in very personal ways in your Krishna consciousness. Because we're all persons, each one of us, we all have our little characteristics which are kind of unique to us, along with the general ones. And so to have personalized direction and guidance, in most cases, in so many cases at least, it really helps. It really helps. And so the spiritual master, particularly now the spiritual masters, the great majority of them are directly disciples, initiated disciples of Srila Prabhupada. So they know Srila Prabhupada generally a lot better than the younger devotees. I mean, almost inevitably. Yeah, it's deep. It's extremely deep. So they can help you. You already have a connection with Prabhupada. Keep it. But the spiritual master can help you deepen it. Plus, there's just, you could say, just the relationship you have personally with the spiritual master. It's a relationship, yes. And you get guidance, you get inspiration, you get help with difficulty sometimes, in personal ways with the initiating spiritual master. So therefore the relationship with the initiating spiritual master is very important. And like I say, it doesn't now restrict the relationship with Prabhupada. In fact, it should help develop further the relationship with Srila Prabhupada. And just in general, enrich your life in Krishna consciousness in so many ways, if you take it seriously. Because there's, like I said, there's questions of degree. When you're initiated, the degree is increased. The degree of connection with the disciplic succession is increased. And as you practice more and become more appreciative of Srila Prabhupada, more appreciative of your spiritual master, the degree increases further. Yes. So like this, the process of Krishna consciousness, the process, is something really wonderful. It's really very amazing. It's very practical. And if one applies oneself to it nicely and cultivates the relationship with the spiritual master nicely and effectively and with the other devotees, good devotees, then one can see with one's own eyes that actually my life is changing for the better. That useless old person from the past, worse than useless, that dangerous, deadly dangerous person from the past that I used to be, is just dissolving into the past, to stay there in the past. And now I'm actually, by this mercy, by the connection, by the different connections, I'm actually becoming a better person. I'm developing as a devotee. Prabhupada actually said that. It's not that it contradicts humility to see how I'm improving as a devotee, but actually it's part of developing in Krishna consciousness. So all of you receiving first initiation, please bear these things in mind, because they're just really foundational. They're really foundational. And if you've got a good foundation, you can build on it and build and build. Yes. Yes. Or another way of putting it, that the seed of the Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of the creeper of devotion, is planted within the heart by the mercy of the spiritual master or spiritual masters. And then the creeper, from seed form, it grows. First of all, its head breaks out through the dirt. And then it grows and grows and grows and grows. And if it's rooted in nicely in the heart, then that creeper just grows and breaks through the material coverings into Goloka Vrindavan, wraps itself around the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Yeah, and then produces the fruits, the flowers, and then the fruits in the form of love for Krishna. So this is what is being made available to you just by being connected with, being in Krishna consciousness. But what we're doing today is such an important part of that. Samskar means that when there's a change in a person's life, then traditionally a ceremony is performed to drive the fact that there's a change and there are things to do with the change, to drive that deeper into the mind and the heart, so the change is really made, that you actually go into another phase of life and it's not just the same old thing. So yeah, the initiation ceremony is a samskar like that to drive it in, that now I am, what would you say, an official devotee? But now I am really an accepted devotee, accepted by the disciplic succession. And there's no more room for playing around or anything other than real practice of Krishna consciousness. And then there are 7 who are receiving second initiation, who obviously have already received first initiation, but they have practiced nicely with their first initiation and reached and developed and reached a point where the senior devotees and the spiritual master have concluded that actually this person is ready enough to receive Brahminical initiation, to be accepted as a Brahmin. Second initiation is Brahminical initiation. And Krishna says, Samadhamastapaksocham shantir arjavam evacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. Anyone who's a second initiated devotee should learn that verse, because that's telling you what you're meant to do, what you're meant to be. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, wisdom, knowledge, and religiousness. These are the qualities by which the Brahmins work. So if you're going to be a Brahmin, you should know what you're meant to be. And if you're meant to chant without offenses, you better know what the offenses are. Otherwise, inevitably you'll commit them, and not even be aware of it. So yes, those of you receiving second initiation, please bear this in mind, learn that verse, understand what you're meant to be, that when people see you, and people, anyone, but particularly other devotees, know what they're meant to see. What sort of person are they meant to see? They're meant to see that sort of person, as described in Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, verse 42. Peacefulness, self-control, etc., we said. Very tolerant, yes. Knowledgeable, not just knowledgeable in a book sense, but with some depth to it, some wisdom. These are the qualities of a Brahmin. These are the qualities by which the Brahmins work. The verse says, Brahma karma. Brahma karma. Karma means work. You're functioning in your life's activities. So you're meant to function like that. In Krishna consciousness. So there you go, devotees. Some thoughts on the subject, on the subjects. And, we're just sort of touching the surface in a sense, but at least it's an introduction to these things. So please be mindful and be very mindful of these things. And the more mindful you can be, the more successful you're going to be. I just absolutely guarantee you. So, okay, now we're going to do Achman first. So, there you go.
Hare Krishna. So the procedure now would be we're going to have Achman. Prabhupada Priya Prabhu from Amalo is going to lead us into Achman. Then we will have initiated devotees to change your neck beads and offer garlands. Then we will follow the order that I sent to you. I think all of you already have it, right? So we're going to follow that order. We'll call all the men first and then the Mataji's after. So we'll go to Srila Prabhupada, we'll offer obeisances, offer him our garlands, and then we will come to Srila Gurudev and we will offer pranam mantras, then take our vows, offer obeisances to the deities, and then come back to your prayer. Okay. Give me a mic. Is with Premananda Prabhu in Vrindavan and he's online.
Oh, okay.
On your left hand, Om Vishnaya Namaha. You can drop it down. No, not the ping, drop it down. Okay. Just repeat after me. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Astam Gato Apiva Yasmare Pundarikaksham Sabhya Abhyantara Suchi Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.